Hi, everyone. My name is Jerome. I'm a graduate of Columbia University and a student at the University of Oxford right now. And today I'll be telling you a little bit about how to get your child into the Ivy League. And this is advice particularly targeted at the parents of young children, so you can start thinking early about how to best prepare for this. So first of all, what exactly is the Ivy League? Interestingly, the Ivy League began as a sports league for 8 historic Northeastern US colleges. While it started as a sports league, it eventually developed into an elite group of schools that attract the best students from all over the world. So the famous current members of the Ivy League are Harvard, Columbia, Princeton, Brown, Yale, Cornell, UPenn, and Dartmouth. Often, though, people will talk about Tier 1 or the extended Ivy League. So the Ivy League is only some of the best universities in the US. Famous examples of non-Ivy League Tier 1 schools are MIT, Stanford, and the University of Chicago. So all that to say, don't limit your options to the Ivy League just because it's a historic brand name. There's also alternative options for children who are particularly interested in more specialized education. So, for example, the Rhode Island School of Design, or RISD, is America's leading art and design school. Often, RISD students take classes at Brown, which is an Ivy League as well. Similarly, Juilliard and Berkeley are music conservatories that are considered America's leading music schools. Juilliard famously also offers a dual degree with Columbia, and there's many options outside of the Ivy League, as I've shown on this slide, that you should also be considering for your child. So first, let's talk a little bit about key strategies for admissions. Now, these are the sort of main two strategies that admissions counselors will talk about. And it's important to think about this so you can begin cultivating your child's interests when they're at a young age and you can pick the right admission strategy. What's important is that both of these strategies are valid, but they have some different implications. Schools will want both types of kids, but what strategy is right depends on your child and their interests. So strategy one is go for a well-rounded education. This is the most reliable and uncontroversial option for most students. It's good if your child has multiple interests, but they're not exactly sure of one thing that they're in love with or maybe even obsessed with, like some children can be. The strategy requires your child to commit to multiple sports, work very hard in academics, volunteer, and try to pick up as many different interests and skills as they can to have the best chances of admission. Now, hiring a mentor or a tutor can help your child improve their weak spots and cultivate their interests and get better at the things that they particularly enjoy. The other main strategy is what's called the pointee strategy. This is a somewhat higher risk strategy, but it's best suited for children who are exceptionally passionate about one thing. Now, that's not to say that you should make your child only learn piano from 10 years old. It's more a matter of try things out. And if they find one thing that they're exceptionally good at, exceptionally interested in, or exceptionally passionate about, focus on that and try and make that their selling point. Try and create an exceptional story out of that one passion or talent. And this is another place where having a mentor or a tutor can help your child really discover these passions and then capitalize on them. So maybe they're interested in the environment. A tutor could help your child start a YouTube channel about the environment, publish content, and think about this stuff more in the way that an adult would and in a way that will make great sense to admissions counselors at universities. Now, the key admissions criteria are very broad in the United States. This is kind of confusing and difficult. In the UK, it's all about grades, for example. But top US schools want a diverse student body with a variety of skills, interests, and backgrounds. And all of these different things are considered: school performance, extracurriculars, personal accomplishments and experiences, admissions essays, recommendation letters. Now, as you can see from this slide, most of this work matters really from grade 9, grade 10, so high school. Now, all of that to say, for young children, the goal is to create healthy habits and interests so that when they get to high school, they're already ready to keep improving, keep doing a good job. When they're younger, make sure that they're enjoying school and that they're finding things that they're interested in and passionate about. Now, for academics, really schools care about how your child performs in high school. That means for parents with younger children, you should focus on foundational schools. Make sure that your child is reading in English daily to improve their comprehension and vocabulary. Make sure that they're comfortable with mathematics, which are necessary for the SAT or ACT or the IB or any of the major testings that are required and very useful throughout life in general. And if your child has specific academic interests, maybe they love history, maybe they're really interested in chemistry, hiring a tutor or an academic mentor can help provide individualized learning that will really take that interest or that passion to the next level beyond what a teacher in a school can do. They have a classroom of children, your tutor has just your child. Now, extracurriculars are also a very important part of applications to elite US universities. Don't be fooled by the word extra. They're not optional, right? These are necessary for Ivy League applications. And something that is kind of unique about the Ivy League and these tier one schools is that they're very open to what might be weird or different interests, right? So if you're, again, maybe your child is a popular YouTuber, that's the kind of thing you can sell, create a narrative out of, and really make an important point on an application if your child is doing it in an interesting way. So why that's important to bring up here is that you should encourage really any interest within reason that your child has that you think would be, maybe they could turn that into a YouTuber could want to be a news presenter or could want to be a journalist or something of that sort. Being different is really a strength here, right? You know, everybody learns the piano, everybody plays soccer. So having that kind of unique interest that your child really takes to a high level can be an amazing point on their application. Now, that's especially true for the pointy strategy as well. Ideal candidates will have at least one extracurricular, though, in each of the three categories. So one art that they do a little bit of, one sport, one volunteering. The idea is to be balanced for most students. And really why it's important to try a bunch of things when your child is young is so that they actually find self-motivation and commitment for a variety of extracurriculars. It's a lot easier for your child to be good at something if they enjoy it, and it's a lot easier to enjoy something if you've tried a few different things and found what you really like. So for young children, encourage them to just try as many activities as you can while they're young, and then worry about focusing in on narrowing down those options once you're in high school. So again, key for a young child is to start with a variety of extracurriculars across arts, sports, and volunteering to find what they enjoy and are happy to commit to. So in conclusion, for young children who want to get into the Ivy League, or for the parents of young children who want to get into the Ivy League, focus on developing fundamental academic skills, particularly in math, reading and writing, and English, and focus on exploring as many extracurriculars and volunteering experiences as possible. The key is to cultivate interests while they're young, so you can understand what admission strategy will best suit your child, the pointy strategy with one focus, or the well-rounded strategy with a balance of interests and skills. And remember that both strategies are valid. Schools want a diverse class with both types of students, although each strategy has different risks and rewards, which you can help work out with a tutor what might best suit your child as well. So mentors can really help develop an admission strategy while your child is young. School counselors really take an interest in students in 10th, more realistically 11th grade. At that point, they only have 1-2 years left to change their application, to change what they have on their resume. So on the other hand, with a mentor, right, you have years of sort of guidance. They're 100% focused on your child. And they can also be positive role models. Remember, children often respond best to teachers who are close to their age and who they can relate to. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.